Tonight on CTV3 News, teen son sought by police after attacking father with machete. A double tragedy rocks the old capital. Two men are killed in apparent gang violence. And Belize teachers gear up for national demonstration demanding fair wages. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, May 5th, 2025.
It's the biggest Pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Raheem Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship present Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena. Prophecy Fighting Championship present Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corazon, exclusively on the Express Plus app.
Pro FC 16 is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, DigiWallet, Carousel Commercial Free Zone, Bellikin Stout.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The White Lotus on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. A family altercation on Sunday night in the community of Louisville in the Corozal district has left a father hospitalized and his 18-year-old son on the run and wanted by police. What started as a quiet Sunday for the Witts family ended in tragedy after a father was severely attacked with a machete by his own teenage son. According to information we gathered from visiting the tight-knit community today, is that Sayer Witts was out socializing with friends and returned home around 8 p.m., where he met up with his wife and 18-year-old son, Zakir Witts, who was also socializing. After a few minutes of arriving home, the couple reportedly got into a physical altercation, which resulted in Witt's wife being knocked unconscious. After seeing this altercation unfold, Zakir reportedly intervened, resulting in him inflicting several chop wounds on his father. A neighbor who saw the situation unfold recounted what they saw in an off-camera interview today.
Pleito, pues según entiendo que el señor estaba tomando y la señora también estaba tomando con sus hijos, pero no estaban tomando juntos, separados. Pero el señor cuando llegó en su casa, pues tuvo una discusión con su esposa. Y entonces el hijo se metió. El señor pegó a la señora y la señora cayó desmayada. El hijo pensó que el papá mató a la señora. Entonces él entró a defender a su mamá. Y al entrar a defender a su mamá, el señor jaló el machete y le dio 2 planazos. Entonces el muchacho salió afuera y salieron discutiendo. Y afuera fue cuando el muchacho regresó, jaló el machete y correteó a su papá a media plaza. Y ahí fue donde el papá cayó y el muchacho le pegó. Pero yo creo que no sé qué problemas entre ellos tuvieron.
The witness says they, along with other neighbors, attempted to intervene. However, the situation had gotten out of control as it was fueled by alcohol.
Sí, varios estaban viendo y estaban diciendo pues, al muchacho, pues no lo hagas, pero a veces ya con la cerveza que ellos ya habían tomado, pues ya no se podía controlar, yo pienso.
Sayer Witz is currently admitted to Carl Houston Memorial Hospital, where he is listed in a stable condition. His 18-year-old son, Zakir, on the other hand, is currently on the run and being sought by police.
On Sunday, the 4th day of May 2025, police responded to a chopping incident at Louisville Village in the Corozal district. Upon the arrival, they saw Sayer Wicks with injuries to the body. Information that he was involved in a fight with his family members, at which point his son Zakir Wicks inflicted several chop wounds to him. He is presently at the hospital in a stable condition. We are looking for Zakir Wicks. He has not been located since they had been consuming alcoholic beverages, and that is what led to a fight, and that is what led to this chopping incident.
Is he on the run?
Yes, he is. He has not been located as yet.
Were they intoxicated?
Yes, they were.
Authorities are scrambling to piece together the motives behind 2 fatal shootings that have sent shockwaves through Belize, raising fears of escalating gang warfare. The deaths of Nelson Henry, also known as Mung, and Aaron Lindo, occurring just hours apart in separate locations, have prompted a swift police investigation into a potential connection between the 2 incidents. Nelson Henry was gunned down in Ladyville earlier today in circumstances that are currently unclear.
Upon the arrival, we saw the license plate from the person. He was identified as Nelson Henry of Majestic College. He had received several gunshot injuries, information that he was walking around with a female in the area. When a motorcycle came to the area, the person came off the motorcycle, fired several shots at him, causing his fatal injuries. This just occurred around midday, so that is all information we have at this time. No suspects have been identified, nor the team.
Does police suspect that it's gun related?
Yeah, we suspect it is gun related.
And related in any way to the one this morning?
We are not sure. We are looking at all information we are gathering, so we will make a determination if they are connected.
But they are rivaling groups, the BLC and the PIB, involved?
Yes, we have these shootings as a result of these 2 rival groups. We are concerned on several operations will be launched to try to minimize the incidence of retaliation.
Have additional boots been placed on ground since the shooting of Rojas?
Yes, additional personnel have been deployed to the city currently. We are concerned on several operations will be launched to try to minimize the incidence of retaliation.
Have additional boots been placed on ground since the shooting of Rojas?
Yes, additional personnel have been deployed to the city currently.
Adding further complexity to the investigation is the history of Nelson Henry. Henry was known to law enforcement and had previously been charged in connection with the 2011 murder of Edward Lord Jr. Notably, Edward Lord Jr. was also identified as a PIV affiliate. Furthermore, Lord Jr. himself had been implicated in the high-profile killing of George Juniballs Mackenzie, who was widely reputed to be the leader of the Majestic Alley Gang. As mentioned, Nelson Henry's death follows closely on the heels of the shooting incident of Aaron Lindo in Doublehead Cabbage Village. Video footage circulating online shows Lindo lying on the ground behind being held by two females. While police have processed the scene, the motive for the killing is yet to be ascertained. Investigators have confirmed that Lindo was a known affiliate of the PIV gang. Given the timing and the individuals involved, police are actively exploring the possibility that Nelson Henry and Lindis's killing are linked and are part of a wider ongoing gang conflict.
Information that Linda was walking to catch a bus in the area along with two other persons when two male persons came out of the bushes and fired several shots at him, causing his fatal injuries. Investigation into this matter is ongoing.
Any motive?
We have no motive at this time and no suspects.
Lindo was allegedly an affiliate of a gang here in Belize City, where the weekend saw another alleged member.
Yes, we have that information, and then we are following up on that lead.
The chairman from the village says that they are now calling for police presence, a greater police presence in that community. Any plans?
Well, we have the River Valley Patrol, and certainly, yes, I think an additional patrol will be placed in that area.
Further updates are expected as the investigation progresses. 34-year-old Eric Gonzalez, a resident of Corozal Town, is tonight wanted by police for questioning in an investigation. While the wanted poster does not speak about the case, the public is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 922 if they have any information that might lead to Gonzalez's location. The Belize National Teachers Union, BNTU, has formally declared its intention to hold a nationwide demonstration in the capital city of Belmopan on Friday, May 9, 2025. In anticipation of the protest, teachers across the country are being urged to wear the color green throughout the week as a symbol of solidarity and support for their demands. This decisive action comes on the heels of a decisive vote held on Wednesday, where a significant majority of over 2,500 union members cast their ballots in favor of pursuing industrial action. The core demands of the BNTU center on achieving a much-needed salary adjustment for educators and advocating for an increase in the national minimum wage, pushing for an hourly rate of $6, up from the current $5. The planned demonstration in Belmopan marks the initial stage of a comprehensive three-phase strategy outlined by the BNTU. Phase 1 encompasses the public demonstration, to be followed by Phase 2, which would involve a 2-day national shutdown. The final and most impactful phase, Phase 3, would escalate to a full-scale strike across the nation's schools. Speaking with the media at an event in Belmopan today, Minister of Education Oscar Requena reiterated his position, indicating that government is ready to sit around the negotiating table.
Well, certainly we have been reaching out to the unions. I've not personally met with the leadership, but we have been communicating with them. We have provided support for our teachers and the union, particularly when they had their annual convention. And we intend to continue this discussion and dialogue. We understand and appreciate the work that our teachers do across this country. We know that they play a very important role in educating our children, in certainly preparing our young people for the future of this country. And we know that there are certain challenges that our teachers are faced with. I want to say though that our government has always maintained a very healthy, respectful dialogue with our teachers. We have every intention to continue to do so. We know that at this moment there are some concerns and issues on the table, and I'm certain that as a government we will certainly discuss this, and we will have to bring our teachers to the table to continue the dialogue and see how best we can support them and address the issues.
As for the BNTU's intention to protest on Friday, Minister Kenya maintains that like any other Belizean, the union is entitled to peaceful demonstration.
Disappointed when you found out that they would be
to you. We have always been very respectful of our teachers, and we know that our teachers, like all Belizeans, have certain rights. They have a right to voice their concerns. They have a right to express how they feel about certain situations. And no, not at all. I must say that, as Belizeans, we have to be respectful of each other. And one way of, certainly promoting our democracy is the right, to free speech, the right to be able to voice how you feel about certain things. And at the end of the day, we're partners, we're colleagues in this business of education, so we have to work together.
These actions by the teachers union are taking place in the wake of recent salary increases granted to high-ranking government officials, including the cabinet secretary and the chief executive officers. Coming up next, tensions remain high at Corozal Methodist Primary as parents and teachers continue to protest. Stay tuned.
Attention farmers, the New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animals' well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The
Have a
White
wonderful
Lotus
lot,
on
guys.
HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Every day, we access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
Tyson, welcome to Tulsa.
Dive into an adventure like never before with Express Plus app. Experience the thrill of power and redemption with Tulsa King.
This situation is not going to be controllable for much longer.
Unlock the secrets of the supernatural with a discovery of witches. Enter the epic saga of Yellowstone.
I'm ready. Who runs this valley?
Tap into your inner warrior with Marvel's Iron Fist.
How many times a night you light that fist up?
All these incredible stories and more are ready for you with the Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
The simmering tensions at Corozal Methodist Primary School show no signs of abating as parents and teachers continue to voice their discontent over the suspension of 2 teachers and alleged mismanagement by the school's principal. As we reported on Friday, a significant group of parents gathered at the school to demonstrate their unwavering support for the 2 teachers who have been placed on administrative leave and to protest the leadership of the principal. This show of solidarity was mirrored by a group of 8 teachers from the institution who participated in a sick-out on Friday, a clear indication of their support for their colleagues. While the 8 teachers were back in their classrooms today, their support remained visible as they wore their signature green shirts, a symbol of the Belize National Teachers Union, BNTU. A smaller but no less determined group of parents also gathered in front of the school, continuing their demonstration against the current state of affairs. To recap the core issues of fueling the parents' protests, we revisit interviews conducted on Friday with some of the concerned individuals.
Well, we are protesting against because they put off some of our teachers. I am not certain how much, but what we are basing on is that she put out 2 of our teachers from the preschool, that she didn't even help us in stimulation month. Well, I am not a mother of none of the kids, but I am a grandmother of my 7-year-old and my 4-year-old, that was my 2 4-year-old that was in preschool. For stimulation month, ma'am, we went the whole stimulation month without not a help from the principal. When we had cultural day, you know what she did? She stood from like that, like she don't want there with we, like she too better for there with we. I think as a principal and an educated person that she calls herself, that is wrong. Cooperation is everything. Ma'am, this is the worst Methodist school have ever been. All my kids went to this school. Me, I live in Altamira. I have Guadalupe School. I live 1 lane from Guadalupe School, but I chose Methodist school because I like the school. But the way the school is now, it's gone.
So what are you guys asking for, hoping to achieve?
We want better for Methodists and we want our teacher back. Like what she says. She says, it's like this, if we either go by her appliance or we come out. Why should an educational person talk like that? That is not right. You got to deal with the fact. Since it's going to be like an air now, it's one time we have a meeting with that principal.
In addition to the administrative leave of the 2 preschool teachers, parents are also expressing frustration over a range of past grievances at the school.
I can tell you I had an experience where my child was ill. She had fever. She called me. She told me that I need to come and pick up my child. I was at work. I couldn't leave work because where I work, I have to catch a passage to come back home to get my child. She locked her up in this is what my child told me, locked her up in a ventilated, isolated room. I don't know if they have a clinic there, but she has authority to build an isolation room to put children. She locked my 6-year-old up in the room with high fever, did not have any supervision because nobody was there to see if the child would collapse, if she would convulse because it's fever. I told them if they can kindly give her medication till I reach, because I sent the taxi to get my child. She refused to put the child in the taxi. So I said, can you administer medication? The vice principal told me, no, she's not authorized. I say, I am the mother and I am authorizing you, because I know how it is if the child fever would hit high and then it can be worse. And she has no intention of taking the child in her vehicle to the hospital, and then maybe I meet them there.
In response to the escalating situation, the Methodist management, including the general manager and the Curacao local manager, met at the school compound today. It is understood that an investigation is currently underway to determine the future of the two teachers who were placed on leave. They have been accused of not adhering to school regulations and other misconduct. Authorities are currently investigating a report bomb threat at the Immigration Department offices located in Belmopan. The incident prompted an early morning response and precautionary evacuation of the area. According to official reports, police were alerted to a potential threat at the government building early this morning. In response, law enforcement personnel were immediately dispatched to the scene. As a safety measure, all staff members of the Immigration Department were instructed to evacuate the premises. Additionally, vendors operating in the vicinity of the building were also asked to clear the area. Police thereafter cordoned off the scene and conducted a thorough search of the building. The Belize Defense Force BDF was also called in to assist with the situation as a BDF bomb expert arrived on the scene to conduct a specialized inspection of the building. At the last cabinet meeting held on April 29, parliamentarians tackled a range of national issues from the upcoming legislative session to economic reforms and international trade agreements. A significant announcement from the meeting was the Prime Minister's recommendation to Her Excellency, the Governor General, for the inaugural sitting of the 14th session of the National Assembly. The event is scheduled to take place on Friday, May 9, 2025 at 9 a.m. The chosen location for this important legislative commencement is in front of the iconic Sir Edney Kane building in Belmopan. Cabinet also turned its attention to the burgeoning nautical tourism sector. An update was provided on the current arrival procedures for commercial recreational vessels and pleasure yachts. Recognizing the potential for growth in this area, Cabinet requested that the Minister of Tourism initiate the process of drafting necessary legislative and policy reforms. This move aims to address existing operational and fiscal barriers that may be hindering the full potential of this sector. In a decision directly impacting the livelihoods of Belizean truckers, Cabinet approved an adjustment to the flat rate axle fee for all cargo trucks. Following concerns raised by stakeholders regarding the initial $30 flat rate disproportionately impacting truckers, the Department of Transport received approval to reduce this fee to a flat rate of $10. Cabinet also addressed regional and national developments concerning the Professionals Bill and the Single Registration Bill. Having been fully informed on these matters, Cabinet gave its approval for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade to launch the single registration regime for professionals who are prepared for this transition. Relevant departments and agencies have been directed to collaborate with the Directorate of Foreign Trade on this initiative. Importantly, Cabinet acknowledged that further consultations will be conducted with professional associations that are not yet ready, ensuring their concerns and questions are fully addressed before wider implementation. Finally, Cabinet gave its approval for crucial amendments to the Customs and Excise Duties Act Chapter 48 of the Substantive Laws of Belize. These amendments are designed to implement scheduled reductions of duties in accordance with the government's commitment under key international agreements. Specifically, the changes align with the requirements of the Belize-Taiwan Economic Cooperation Agreement, the CARIFORUM European Union Economic Partnership Agreement, and the CARIFORUM UK Economic Partnership Agreement. International Girls in ICT Day is celebrated on the fourth Thursday in April. The day aims to create awareness on the need for more girls and women in the information and communications technology sector. It provides opportunities for girls to be exposed to the benefits of ICT in enabling their career and aspirations. In alignment with these goals, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, and Technology together with UNICEF, today hosted the third annual 501 Lead Like a Girl event, which saw hundreds of female high school students from across Belize come together to celebrate the importance of being a girl.
Well, this is a very important event we're having here. It's actually named Lead Like a Girl, 501 Lead Like a Girl. Very important initiative in which we want to certainly motivate, encourage, and support our young girls, certainly to look at how they can use technology in the classroom and in the wider world, how they can integrate technology in their daily lives to be creative, to be resourceful, and certainly to make education and learning more fulfilled for them.
So why is it important for these girls to get into STEM and STEAM activities at this young age?
It's a very important initiative because, as we all know, the world is certainly driven by technology. And certainly we want to ensure that from a very early age that we motivate, encourage, and support our young girls. Let them understand that there are so many fields and areas of study in the whole arena of technology that they can undertake, and certainly for them to be able to understand how they can use it in the classroom, and of course for their own personal development, and in the development of our country. So it's a very important initiative.
And here is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
It's the biggest Pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Raheem Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship presents Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia, live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corazon, exclusively on the Express Plus app.
Pro FC 16 is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, DigiWallet, Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Bellikin Stout.
Researchers at Colorado State University CSU are forecasting an above-average Atlantic hurricane season for 2025, citing unusually warm ocean temperatures and the expected absence of the hurricane, suppressing El Niño pattern. The prediction released at the National Tropical Weather Conference points to a potentially active season with significant implications for coastal communities, particularly in the Caribbean. According to the CSU forecast, the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season could see a total of 17 named storms. Of these, 9 are predicted to strengthen into hurricanes, with 4 potentially reaching major hurricane status, Category 3 or stronger, characterized by sustained winds of at least 111 miles per hour. The primary driver behind this elevated forecast is the persistence of unusually warm ocean temperatures in the eastern Atlantic and Caribbean Sea. These warmer waters act as fuel for tropical cyclones, increasing both the likelihood of storm formation and their potential for intensification. CSU scientists also link this warmth to weaker winds in the region, a condition that further favors the development of tropical systems. Adding to the concerns, the forecast anticipates that El Niño climate pattern, which typically contributes to increased wind shear that can disrupt hurricane formation, will remain inactive throughout the upcoming season. The lack of El Niño's suppressive influence further enhances the potential for a more active hurricane season. The CSU forecast also highlights an increased risk of landfall for major hurricanes in the Caribbean. They calculate a 56% chance of a major hurricane making landfall somewhere in the region, a figure notably higher than the historical average of 47%. In light of this forecast, coastal nations, particularly Belize and neighboring countries in the Caribbean, are strongly urged to begin preparations early and remain vigilant throughout the season. Authorities and residents are advised to review and update their hurricane preparedness plans, including securing property, stocking up on essential supplies, and staying informed through official weather updates and advisories. While long-range forecasts inherently carry some uncertainty, the factors cited by CSU, particularly the warm ocean temperatures and the expected absence of El Niño, provide a strong indication of a potentially busy hurricane season. The message from researchers is clear: preparedness is paramount in mitigating the potential impacts of tropical cyclones. Significant changes are coming to the administrative landscapes of Belize's 7 towns. The Honorable Florencia Marin Jr., Minister with responsibility for local government, has, by order published in the Gazette, declared new boundaries for Punta Gorda, Dangriga, Penquevejo, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, Orange Walk, Corozal, and San Pedro. These revised jurisdictions are set to take effect on April 1st, 2025. This declaration marks the culmination of a comprehensive municipal boundaries redelineation exercise. Initiated in 2012 and revised in July 2021, followed by a cabinet decision, the exercise was completed in the final quarter of the last fiscal year. The process involved extensive consultation and sensitization sessions with a wide range of key stakeholders. These included the participating town councils, buffering village councils, area representatives, and members of the wider public, ensuring a collaborative approach to the boundary adjustments. The primary objective of the new delineation is to align the town boundaries with their current development and growth trajectories. This provides a crucial legal basis for the effective management, administration, and delivery of municipal services within these expanding urban areas. Importantly, the redrawing of these boundaries has been conducted without compromising the established and recognized boundaries of the buffering villages, maintaining clarity and preventing jurisdictional overlap in rural areas. The previously established jurisdictions for these 7 towns had remained largely unchanged since the 1980s and 1990s, a period during which Belize's towns have experienced significant growth and evolution. The updated boundaries are intended to better reflect the contemporary realities of these urban centers and facilitate more efficient governance. The public is encouraged to familiarize themselves with the revised town jurisdictions. Copies of the declarations outlining the new boundaries are available in the Gazette. Additionally, electronic copies of the new maps can be obtained from the respective town councils and the Department of Local Government. For further information or clarification regarding the new town boundaries, the public is invited to contact the Department of Local Government at 828-4287, by mobile at 670-2643, or by email at clifford.king@labor.gov.bz. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, May 6th, here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.